There are stories the world was never meant to hear, tales buried so deep within the folds of secrecy that only whispers remain, carried by those who dare to believe in the unimaginable. This is one of those stories. It begins in a sterile, silent hospital room where an old man named Arthur Delaney, once a titan of innovation, finance, and covert technology, lay on the brink of death. But Arthur wasn't just a billionaire. He was a ghost in the machine of the modern world, a shadow figure behind some of the greatest technological breakthroughs the public never knew existed. Those gathered around him weren't just grieving family members. They were tycoons, intelligence operatives, and global power brokers who had all come because they knew what the world didn't see. That Arthur wasn't just dying. He was about to take with him secrets capable of reshaping humanity itself. His final breaths weren't spent on goodbyes or regrets, but on something infinitely more valuable. As his frail lips parted, he uttered a string of numbers, a cryptic code so precise, so deliberate. It wasn't mistaken for nonsense even for a second. The air shifted. Time felt like it slowed. And every person in that room instantly understood they had just heard something extraordinary. Moments later, the steady beep of the heart monitor flatlined. Arthur Delaney was gone. But what he left behind wasn't just a mystery, it was a map. Among those present was Evelyn Greer, his oldest confidant, and someone who had spent decades deciphering Arthur's eccentric genius. Her fingers trembled as she scribbled the numbers onto a napkin, her mind racing faster than it ever had, cross-referencing them against her encrypted archives. Her face went pale as the realization sank in. This wasn't a bank code, not a set of financial keys, it was a location. And not just any location, but the coordinates to something whispered about in conspiracy circles. For over 40 years, Project Genesis, a phantom project, dismissed as science fiction, a black-budget experiment so radical that even the most classified government documents only referenced it in redacted footnotes. It was said to be an off-grid laboratory where Arthur and a select group of rogue scientists had created the first fully functional zero-point energy reactor and unlimited, clean energy source capable of ending global energy dependence, poverty, and even reshaping the laws of physics themselves. But fearing its catastrophic misuse, Arthur had vanished, burying the project deeper than anyone thought possible. And now, with a few dying words, he had passed the key to a new reality. Within days, Evelyn assembled a clandestine team, no governments, no media, only those she could trust to understand the gravity of what they were about to uncover. Private jets fueled, encrypted satellites aligned. They flew to an unmarked region deep in the South Pacific, an island that didn't exist on any public map. What they found buried beneath the volcanic rock defied every expectation. A massive underground facility, untouched, perfectly preserved, powered by an energy core still glowing as though it had been activated just hours ago. The walls were lined with technology that made the most advanced Silicon Valley labs look like kindergarten projects. Quantum processors small enough to fit on a fingernail, yet capable of simulating entire universes. Batteries that never degraded. Medical chambers designed for cellular regeneration. And at the heart of it all, a reactor silent, compact, emitting a soft bluish pulse that was pulling limitless energy seemingly from the vacuum of space itself. They realized with bone-chilling clarity that this technology didn't just belong to the future. It was the future. They debated for days, should they release it to the world, risking chaos, economic collapse, and possible war? Or should they control it, drip-feeding its capabilities into industries while avoiding the attention of governments and corporations that would kill to possess it? The choice was made with ruthless clarity, quietly, without fanfare. Evelyn and her partners funneled the technology into startups, hidden behind layers of shell companies. New energy firms appeared overnight, offering power solutions that defied existing models. AI companies with seemingly magical efficiency began overtaking giants. Health startups released treatments that reversed cellular decay, cured terminal illnesses, and extended human life. Investors became billionaires within weeks. Stock markets surged unpredictably. Governments were baffled by sudden shifts in global power dynamics, but couldn't trace the source. But with every secret comes a price. Intelligence agencies noticed the patterns, power grids reporting unexplainable surges, Manufacturing sectors disrupted by materials with no known origin. Sudden medical miracles that shouldn't be scientifically possible. Soon, Black Ops teams were dispatched, data centers hacked, attempts made on Evelyn's life. But the real twist came months later when Evelyn found a final encrypted file. Buried deep in Arthur's database, a video played. Arthur's face appeared, gaunt but sharp, as if knowing this day would come. His message was simple yet devastating. What you found is only the beginning. Project Genesis wasn't the final product. It was the prototype. Look deeper. He dropped one last set of coordinates, this time not to an island, but to a hidden chamber deep beneath the Nevada desert. There, another facility waited. This one wasn't about energy. Labeled only as Event Horizon Protocol, it contained files marked temporal field testing, quantum memory persistence, and most ominously, consciousness uplift, Phase 1. This wasn't just about bending the rules of energy. This was about time, space, and perhaps even the fabric of reality itself. As Evelyn input the codes and unlocked the chamber remotely, every screen around her flickered. A new message appeared, one she hadn't written, one that no system they controlled should have been able to send. For words glowed against the dark screen. Some doors stay closed. Then the power cut, total blackout.